Good morning, everyone. The board is now in session. I'm your judge, Ms. Mixalimbo, and I will be signing over today's proceeding. This is the case of Ms. Swasti being acid attacked, and Mr. Ujwal has been accused of the acid attack. We're all here to seek justice to the right person. Before we begin, I would like to remind the court that this is a court of law and expect both the parties to handle this with professionalism and respect. We'll hear the opening statement from both sides. Prosecutor, you may start first.
Your Honor, today we present the case of an acid attack, an unprovoked brutal attack on my client Swasti by the defendant Ujjwal. We have evidences and witnesses to prove that the defendant intentionally attacked my client, and we will ensure that justice is served.
Your Honor, we do not deny that the attack took place. However, we assert that it was not intentional. My client, Mr. Ujjwal, did not mean to cause any harm. There are mitigating circumstances that we ask you to consider carefully.
Your Honor, may I get permission to call my first witness?
You may proceed.
My first witness is Santanu. Please take the stand. Can you tell the world what did you witness on the day of attack?
I was with my friend Swasti when Mr. Ujjwal approached. It was out of nowhere. Mr. Ujjwal threw the acid. No words, no argument. It happened too fast. I saw some burn marks on Mrs. Swasti's face.
Defendant, would you like to cross-question him?
Yes, ma'am. You say you saw the defendant ran off, but were you able to see their face clearly when this happened?
Yes, I saw Ujjwal's face clearly, there's no doubt.
But what if I told you that the person who threw the acid wasn't even Mr. Ujjwal? What if I told you it was someone else wearing a mask?
What? That doesn't make sense.
It makes sense. That's possible.
Objection, my lord. The defendant lawyer is acting to provoke and turn my client to speak nonsense.
My honor, I'm just acting to fill up my duties. My accusation lawyer seems to be scared of her accusations.
No way. I'm just trying my defendant lawyer to simply be in my Your Honor, I would like to call my second witness. May I get permission?
You may proceed.
My second witness is Subiksha. Please take the stand. Subiksha, what did you see on the day of attack?
He was covered in acid and Mr. Ujjwal was running from the scene.
Did you see anyone nearby?
No, just Mr. Ujjwal, no one else.
Thank you. No further questions.
My honor, may I ask cross questions?
Yes, you may.
So you didn't see the attack itself, just the aftermath? That's true, but it was clear that Mr. Ujjwal was running from the scene.
Correct. But what if Mr. Ujjwal wasn't even the attacker? Would you still stand by your statement?
I suppose that's possible, but I am certain it was Mr. Ujjwal.
Alright, but I want to ask you one thing. For how long have you been wearing these spectacles?
I rarely wear it. I do have poor vision, but it's 2.5 on left and minus 3.05 on right eyes.
Then you really have your eyesight problem, right?
I do.
Thank you. No further questions. Your Honor, I would like to call my last witness. May I get permission?
Yes, you may proceed.
My last witness is Prati. What do you know about the relationship between Mr. Ujjwal and Miss Swasti?
Mrs. Soshi and Mr. Ujjwal has been arguing for a week. There were issues, but there was never any indication that Mr. Ujjwal would go this far.
Were there any threats before?
Not direct threats, but the tension between them was growing.
So, you don't believe this was a premeditated attack, right?
No, I don't. It seems like a rash decision.
Thank you. you. No further questions.
May Honor, may I ask first question, please?
Yes, you may.
Are you suggesting that this attack was caused by the ongoing tensions, perhaps a build-up?
Yes, I think that's possible. The situation escalated, but it shouldn't have led to violence.
But again, what if it wasn't the defendant at all? What if it was someone else close to the victim?
What? What are you saying? That doesn't make any sense. That's impossible.
It's possible. Thank you. No further questions. We have evidences that the victim had a falling out with someone close to them. Someone else may have used Mr. Uzmal's identity to make it all up.
Objection, my lord. This is just an assumption.
We will prove it.
Mr. Ujjwal, so can you please speak few words regarding this incident which you have heard against you?
My honor, I carry a long goodwill. I have been a teacher for 7 years and I treat all my students respectfully. I have been a teacher for 7 years and I treat all my students respectfully. I have multiple posts for various social organizations. I have a clear biodata.
So, Mr. Ujjwal, how does it feel when your name is attached to it? You really mean you are not the one and you are not the one?
No, this sort of allegations are really break my moral.
Your Honor, what a mess. Where are we right now? And what are we discussing at? I think my fellow lawyer's question seems to be struck in complete baselessness. The truth is, my client did not attack anyone. And what we will reveal shortly will shake the very foundation of this case. Mrs. Swasti is not an innocent victim. Someone else with an agenda may have used Mr. Uzmal's identity to make it all up. My previous examination to our first and second witnesses, Mr. Santanu and Mr. Sumiksha, are lying, as they both mentioned that they had seen Uzmal themselves on the very day, but on the note that they both have eyesight weaknesses. I have recently worked for finding some evidences to prove that on the very day of the incident, Mr. Santanu was somewhere 50 meters far from the scene, and Mrs. Swasti, so his vision wouldn't be clear. Similarly, Mrs. Sumiksha, our second witness, has recently started wearing her spectacles, which means she doesn't see properly. Here's the list of her eyesight weakness and the purchasing date. I confess, Your Honor, to let your judgment go on basis, evidences, and truth. Thank you.
Prosecutor.